Okay, brothers and sisters, sorry for a second video. I had to call. My doctor's office. They had got our blood work results in for me and Jason, and the doctor needs to talk to us about Jason's blood work and basically mine too. Come to find out, I've got my thyroid what it should be, it isn't, and I've got to start taking stuff for that to get it back where it should be. And that explains all the weight gain. It really does. That explains it, because I know anytime, well, she said it can go any way. I said, well, I wouldn't mind if it took a few pounds off. Quite a few pounds off. Feel a lot better if it did. But you know what? The Lord's coming. The Lord is coming back. Anyway, so I had to call her back and talk to her about that. So, and then there was a telemarketer beeping in while I was on the line with her. I am so sick of them people. Just sick of them people. I am. I'm sick of those people. Makes a lot of sense. It really does. But my hemoglobin's good. It's up to 14 something, so that's awesome. It's beyond where it was that time when I went in the hospital in 2016. It was at 11, and they said, oh, your hemoglobin's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. This time it's up to 14, so you know what? That's awesome. I mean, I'm happy about that and everything. They checked a few other things too, but I got to talk to the doctor about it, so I'm not sure. I know I'm going to get back on, shots and stuff and testing my blood, which I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I mean, I really don't have a problem with that. Really, I don't. Really, I don't. But y'all guys, please just keep me and Jason in your prayer. I'm not sure what's going on with his blood work. It could be his medicine levels. Could be kind of messed up. I don't really know. But we'll find out. My baby get what he needs to make him feel better. I'd rather see him feeling better than me, But I've also got to feel good to take care of him. He's my baby. He is my baby. My baby. He's my baby. I don't know. But anyway, okay, I'm trying to think of where I wanted to go. Okay, well, anyway, so like I was saying, in the movies where they play those roles of, being a, I can't even think of what they're called. They're playing a role of someone who lived back in, and I don't like calling it characters. Because when you say characters, I think you're talking more of a fictional movie. But I'm talking about the ones who played like in the Jesus of Nazareth, which is one of my favorite movies. The Book of Ruth. I love the movie of Ruth. I love the movie of Esther, Queen Esther. I like all of those books. I mean, really, my favorite book in the Bible is Ruth. I mean, I just love the Book of Ruth. I love watching the movie. I mean, I don't know what it is about that book, but I love it. I do. I love it. And that's like with the lineage of where, the, not lineage, but the family line. Ruth is like kin to Mary, but she's like a great grandma or something to her, So that line led up to Jesus. Queen Esther, Esther is a good book to read or to watch the movie. Yeah. You know what I like watching a lot of is like these ones who go and find where there is questionable teachers or false teachers altogether. I love watching their videos, do, and it's really good to hear, you know, all this stuff. I mean, it makes me kind of, you know, I'm like totally, yeah, up and everything. I'm actually very, I get happy when I watch those two movies, Esther and Ruth. And now I love Jesus of Nazareth, but I don't watch that all the time because, let's face it, it's supposed to be a joyful thing. But he took all that pain for us because he loved us. Before we could even love ourselves. And you want to know the truth, if you don't know Jesus, you don't know love. There's no love without Jesus. If you're married and you feel love for your spouse, you know, and I'm talking about female and male and female, not the same sex, and you feel a love for your wife or your husband, being a female wife to that husband, and being a female, you know, a wife being a female to a male husband, because the homosexuals call themselves wives and husbands to each other, and that's stupid. Same as, you see, they're not stupid. They're blinded by what the enemy is doing to them, and you know, and I pray that the ones that can hear God will come out of that lifestyle, and I know God can deliver them. I know He can. I'm proof. He delivered me out of it. He has got me out of, I mean, so many things in this life, like habits that I had and addictions that I had. He took them away. And it wasn't on my time, because I'd wanted them gone, which He did take the smoking from me. Like I asked Him one night, and I said, Lord, I have 2 cigarettes left. I said, when I smoke these 2 cigarettes, if you don't want me to smoke anymore, please take the desire. And He did. And I picked it back up. And I was smoking, and I kept trying to quit again, and God took it again. I cried out to Him when I lived in an apartment up in Oak Hill, West Jenny. And trying to think now. I was living in that apartment, and I cried out and asked Him, please take these from me. I don't want them. And He took them again. I remember what I did that night. This is back in 2009, going into 10. Or maybe it was, it was 2000. Yeah, it was 2009, going into 2010. I think it was in 2010 that I moved out here in June the 18th, out to Jackson County. Not where I'm at now, but in the vicinity. Anyway, like I was saying, you know, it was like I moved out. After that, I moved out here. But I remember the night that I wanted Him to take Him. I was laying in my bed, and I was laying backwards on my bed, and I had my TV, I think, was straight across. I was watching something on the TV. I'm not sure what I was watching, or may just have had it on for, you know, noise. I don't remember. But anyway, I was laying there, and the cigars were, I had my computer desk on the other end of my room, and I had, well, maybe right beside, it was somewhere at the foot of the bed, because I had a huge room where I lived at. And so I went and laid them on the table. And I think the table was at the end of the room. And I looked down there, because back then I was smoking the fruit-flavored cigars, you know. Grapes, cinnamon, whatever I smoked. And because they were cheap. And last time I bought them, which was over a year ago, they were only like 89 cents a pack. I don't care what they are now. I don't want nothing to do with any of that. But I remember the looking at the pack and looking back thinking, no, I don't need it. And I was trying to force myself to not do that. Of course I did, I think, smoke a little bit more, and then finally they were gone. I moved out here in 2010, which was a year after, or close to a year after I was delivered from smoking. And I went 12 years. Well, no. I moved into the apartments in 2012. So 5 years later after that, not these apartments, the other ones. 5 years after that, I picked it up again. And the Lord delivered me from it last year. And I don't want it back. I don't want smoking back in my life ever again. Now, anyway, like I was saying, that to me is love. God helps us through these times. Think about it, okay? There's a lot of people out there that don't even know who the Lord is because they choose not to listen. Because of who they hang around with, they don't want to hear about Jesus. For them, I'm laying this down. For them, it is like it's like a fairy tale. They don't need to know about it. They don't want to hear. And the ones that's leading that way will put things in their heads that isn't Christ-like. Because the ones that are leading them are leading them astray. They're allowing the devil to use them to lead these people wrong, So we just need to pray for everyone, okay? Brothers and sisters, I'm not making this very long, but I hope what I have said in these 2 videos will help somebody. I love you all. I'm going to try to come on every day and do just a short, maybe read a couple of verses of the Bible, and just uplift you on days that I don't feel I'm being led to do anything. I do want to come on for encouragement. So I just want to say right now, I love you all, and I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And God bless you. Love you in Christ Jesus. Lord willing, see you next time, if not in the clouds with Jesus. Bye. Keep me in your prayers too, please. Me and Jason. Appreciate it. Thank you.